Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the preview and everything else you need to know for Man City v Tottenham. With a great panel here today. We have Charlie, we have Lily Whitelane, we have Matty Hayes. And before I get in and ask how they are, make sure you don't forget to like, make sure you don't forget to subscribe, and also check out that new feature in the Super Chat there. You can send me in some Super Chats and help the Irish Hotspur go to the very, very top of YouTube. So let's go. It can't be done without you. So, look, we'll start with Charlie. How are you keeping, Charlie?
Yeah, good, David. As always, thank you for having me on your channel. I'm always enjoy these previews and all these debates and stuff. Of course, look, it's a massive game, and that comment there just says everything you need to know. Yeah, massive game. Hoping we don't get embarrassed. And yeah, look, always good to talk Tottenham on this panel and your channel as well, David. So yeah, thank you for having me on as always.
No problem at all. And Lily Whitelane, how are you keeping, man? You're the new superstar out here. Everyone seems to love you.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. As I say, thanks so much for bringing me on. I always watch your shows, always keep up to date with them. The previews, the reviews, they're absolutely brilliant. So it's a pleasure to be on here and actually doing one. So thank you for that.
No problem. Thanks very much for coming on. And Matty Hayes, how are you keeping, man?
I'm all good. That'll change at kickoff tomorrow, but for now I'm feeling good. And I want to put out a disclaimer because everywhere I go in the last couple of days, we're getting comments on this. We're in lockdown. There's nothing else I can do. Deal with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Thanks for having me on, David.
No problem at all, Matty. I feel the lockdown. I went for the shave today, and yeah, that's the result of me wearing a hat, basically. But I also want to send out a big, massive happy birthday to my dad today. It's his birthday. I'm not going to say what age he is. I don't want to disappoint him, but you can take it. He definitely has a few grey hairs. So everyone get into the comment section and wish me out loud a happy birthday. But look, first of all, I'm going to give you everything you need to know about the game. We are playing away up at the Etihad. Kickoff is at 5:30, and you can watch the game on Sky Sports or Matty Hayes watch along. Matty, do you want to take this one away and plug it for tomorrow?
Yes, we're going to have a little change up in the panel tomorrow. I am working because my boss hates me, doesn't want me to watch Spurs. So I will be joining the panel a little bit late, but you'll be in the very, very capable hands of our first-time host, the Irish Hotspur, who will be joined by Lily Whitelane as well before kickoff, and Arian will be joining for that as well. I'll be coming in at half-time. I will be doing a members call-in show after the game rather than beforehand. So I can assure you, if there's anywhere on YouTube you want to be for this game tomorrow, it is with Matt Hayes, Tottenham blog, and David Harris, your new host.
100%, and what I can guarantee is that I'm going to give it 100% and 100% heart and passion. So hopefully you enjoy it, but I'm not going to lie, Matty, I can't wait for you to get back at half-time to take over the reins. Anyway, lads, we'll do a bit of team news first of all, I suppose. So look, Reguilon is out. Rumours has it that he had a scan and he's out for another 2 weeks. So my feeling is you probably won't see Reguilon until March. Lo Celso is also out. Not really any update there. It's just he's out. It's like what we get with Lamela every time he's out. But one thing I do want to go around the panel and ask is Jose Mourinho's comments on Gareth Bale. Basically, what I took from the comments is that maybe he thinks Gareth Bale is faking an injury. That's what I took from the comments, because he was saying like that he didn't play. And that, Gareth Bale kind of he's not feeling 100% and he kind of wants to work with the sports scientists and stuff like that. But Jose Mourinho is not calling it an injury. We'll start with Charlie. Charlie, what do you make on that?
It's an interesting one because it just seems now the situation is getting a bit of tension with Mourinho and Bale. I hope that there's nothing bad there. It all escalated from that Instagram post where he put on his story. It was like, great session, ready to go. And then he ended up not being involved. So I think that's probably where it all started. And it's a weird situation. I hope it's nothing bad. Look, obviously with Bale, it's been a very disappointing loan spell so far. It really has. And I worry. I really do. And at the moment, I can't see us taking up the option to have a second year. But look, I hope it's nothing bad. I just worried that tensions are sort of rising between the two of them. But the thing is, people don't understand as well that when it comes to social media, a lot of players have their manager. They have like a manager that runs them. So maybe his manager was mistaken or something. I don't know. It could just be a bit of a misunderstanding. But look, hopefully it's nothing bad, David.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. But to me, I don't know. It doesn't look good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I get that feeling as well.
Matty, what do you make on the comments?
Look, I think we knew when Jose came in, the one thing he wouldn't accept was passengers in anywhere in our team, and I think that seems to be the case. It is now. Look, we never want our manager to come out and criticise players or talk about them in any negative way in the public forum, but that's who Jose is, and if we want to take the best parts of Jose, we have to accept that with the worst parts of him. And I think, as much as you can criticise him for it, what it will do is it'll separate the mentally strong players from the ones who can't take the criticism. And I think we've seen that with Tongi and Ndombele. Now he's managed to turn around what he's been doing at Spurs. Dele Alli potentially could become that player as well. And this laid on in Gareth Bale's career with the way he's approached things in the last couple of years, especially with the strain in his relationship with Zinedine Zidane. I don't think Gareth Bale will come out of this a winner.
Yeah, look, I definitely agree with that 100%. Lily White Lane, have you anything you want to add to that?
Look, when it comes to Gareth Bale, for me, we brought him in and we expected him to do well. We didn't expect him, I think it's safe to say, to be the heights that he was back in 2011, 2012, in the prime of his career, if you ask me, at Tottenham Hotspur. But we brought him in and it started off as Bale, he's not fully fit yet, he's got an injury. And it just went on and we're still kind of saying, and this just ended in December? People saying he's not very fit, he's not fully fit yet. It's like, it's getting to a point right now where, honestly, I generally don't think there is an injury. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I honestly think it's Jose Mourinho. I think Gareth Bale is simply not good enough for this Tottenham Hotspur team. And I think it goes to show when it comes to Jose Mourinho, he's ruthless in the way that if you're simply not good enough and you're not playing well enough, he's not going to play you. And I think that's what some of our past managers lacked. You have a bad game, you'll play the next one. You have a bad couple of games with Jose Mourinho, he'll drop you for 1 or 2 games. If not, exactly what we saw with the likes of Dele Alli, he'll drop you for a hell of a long time.
Unless your name's Eric Dyer. That's a sad thing.
That's a different story.
Yeah, no, look, for me, I actually think it's a signal towards the end of Gareth Bale's time at Tottenham. I definitely don't think he'll be renewed in the summer. And look, I don't think Gareth Bale, let's not throw all the blame Jose's way. I genuinely don't think Gareth Bale has come here with the love and the passion for the game. I thought maybe he can come here that he would get it back, he would discover it again. It just hasn't happened. And for me, Gareth, please go to the PGA Tour and bring me as your caddy. Because for me, at the minute, it's the only use you have. And as well, we do know that Tottenham actually have a golf course just down the road from the training complex. So it could be another reason why he came here. Look, City team news. Diaz, I hear, is a doubt. Courtesy of watching Matty Hayes' Fan Voice podcast there a little while ago with the City fan he had on. Basically, he reckons he has a bit of a stomach bug and that it's a bit of a doubt. Rodri is back. That's huge for them. That is massive. And, of course, then De Bruyne is out injured. Matty, we'll start with you first. What does Rodri bring to this City team that makes him so important?
What I will say first of all is Ruben Diaz has been confirmed available for this one. So as I said on YouTube, on Twitter, there goes Tottenham's consolation goal. But Rodri is an important player for them. Fernandinho is out injured at the moment. Ilkay Gundogan, who was that kind of player who would play those deeper line positions, has now become essentially a false nine, and he's a goal scoring midfielder. So they needed someone to sit in that midfield and get the job done. And Rodri has been that player. And what's interesting about City is a lot of the time they'll play, they'll line up in a 4-3-3, but in possession, their left back will sit up into a double pivot with the holding midfielder, and their right back will shift into 3 at the back. So it is essentially Rodri and Zinchenko who will be playing on that double pivot for them. And Zinchenko isn't the most talented footballer. Of course, he's an incredible player to be at the level he is at, starting consistently with Man City. But Rodri is really the man who holds that midfield together and is that metronome deep lying behind their attacks and keeping the different phases of play taken over and being that man, making sure that, first of all, to break any counterattacks we can have. When he is in that position, I think he'll be quite important for Man City in terms of picking up that space that Harry Kane will be hoping to drop into. So Rodri is certainly a big player for them to have back for this one. And just to note as well, they are without Sergio Aguero. Now, he hasn't scored a Premier League goal in over a year, but he is Sergio Aguero nonetheless. He has in the past enjoyed a goal against us, so he won't be there either.
100%. I fully agree with that. Charlie, we know to have the De Bruyne out. Obviously, it's a huge blow. Look, do you think we can cause an upset in this David versus Goliath clash?
Can we cause an upset? It's difficult to say. It depends. Look, for me, I'm not confident whatsoever. I honestly can't see us getting anything out of this game. However, for me, if we are going to have any chance of getting anything out of this game, I think we have to take the lead. I think it's so important to take the lead in this game, because if we take the lead, we're opening up more possibilities for ourselves. I think City could find it harder to break us down, and it will give us more confidence to hold on, and will give us something to defend, basically. However, my main fear is if we go a goal down, like if they score first, then I think we're in big trouble. I really do. Because how many times have we gone a goal down this season and just not come back from it? Like recently, you look Chelsea, who was the other one? Liverpool. We just don't seem to have an answer to coming back from a goal down. And for me, that comes down to mentality, because the mentality's not for all players. As I said, I think there's 6 players at our club that we can really build the team around. However, it's just we have to get the first goal if we have any hope, in my opinion. If City score first and if it's early on, then I just feel we could be in for a long, long afternoon.
Well, 100%. I fully agree with you. I just want to get on to this super chat before I get on to you, Lily White Lane. Big up THFC Gaming, first of all. Thank you very much. My first ever super chat. I really do appreciate it. And he says, love the channel. Great content. Come on, you Spurs. THFC Gaming, we love you. That's the main thing. We love you. And everyone else, follow THFC's Gaming's lead. You know what I mean? You can help take the Irish Hotspur to the very top. And also, if you want to get your questions in for this illustrious panel we have here tonight, make sure you do via Super Chat. Lily White Lane, as Charlie was saying, when we go one down, we tend not to win. But me and you have both said, City are not allowed to beat us. It's a rule. Do you know what I mean? We've played them twice since Jose Mourinho has took charge. We haven't lost. Do you think we can cause an upset tomorrow? Do you think we can wax Pep's head one more time?
Honestly, yeah. And I may sound a little delusional, but I definitely think we can win this one. And I'll explain exactly why. City are a team who love to pass the ball around. They love to pass the ball around, and they will patiently wait the entire game. They'll constantly be pressing you, but they'll patiently wait the entire game to kind of find an individual error. And we all know Tottenham are experts at making individual errors. They cost us 3 points every single game we play in the Premier League. But what I'm trying to say is, the issue is, right, when we're playing a team such as Manchester City, well, not the issue, the point is, and the good thing is, when we're playing a side like Manchester City, our team seems to excel. And when we play these bigger sides, apart from Liverpool, because they always do us in, but we saw at the beginning of the season when we played Manchester City, the way that we line up against Manchester City, the way that we play defensive football and counter-attacking, it does work against Manchester City. Do I think we'll win this one? It's going to be a tough one to win, but honestly, I do think we can win it. If we can just grind out something from this game, something, I don't care if it's a draw, a 1-1 draw, a scrappy 0-0, couldn't care less. We just need to grind something out of this game, move on, pick up points from everywhere else. And it's such a difficult game heading into it, but I love to be confident. You know, the power of positivity, call me the fourth member of the New Day, because I head into every game predicting a win. And I honestly think we can win this one. But as I say, it all depends on the way we line up. And I think when it comes to the lineup, it's going to be a real tough one, what players Jose Mourinho actually picks in this one. Because when it comes to centre-halves, I wouldn't have a clue.
He doesn't either, which is the worst part.
And you know what? That brings me on to my next question. I was going to ask this. Matty, who do you think we should play centre-back tomorrow? And first of all, do you think we will go 3 centre-backs with 2 wing-backs? Or do you think we'll just go 4 across-the-back?
The only thing we could do that would give us any bit of a chance of a clean sheet is starting 10 centre-backs. But I can't see Jose doing that, unfortunately. I think we have to go 4 at the back just to kind of have that, the kind of comfort of the 2 full-backs back there as well. Now, look, you can look at the game against against Brighton or against Chelsea when Højbjerg did at times drop into that back 4 to make it a 5. I think that is definitely a possibility, but I wouldn't go with a 3 or a 5 at the back for this one. I think it does need to be 4. Just keep that compact, 2 blocks of 4 in front of wherever City have the ball. I find it hard to look past it being Alderweireld and Dyer in that centre-half partnership, because if you wanted to pick 2 players who could head the ball out as much as anybody else, I think it would be the 2 of those, despite the fact that, you know, they are not the best centre-backs in the league. Joe Rodon, I think, would be a bit disappointed to miss out, but I think, as I've been saying for a while, he's so young, he's so inexperienced that there will be natural errors in his game, and that's something that we do need to avoid tomorrow. Look, obviously Dyer has been the most error-prone player in our team, but he has experience, and, you know, he should be less likely to commit some sort of error that would lead to a City goal. So I do think that 4 at the back would be absolutely crucial. But Højbjerg and Ndombele, Sissoko, who I assume will be that midfield trio in front of them, will be just as important defending as anybody else might be. And that is one of the reasons as well why I do think Bergwijn needs to start this game.
Oh, big shout there. Big shout there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Bergwijn? Just to help out?
Sergio Aurier is not capable of defending on his own, and I think we've seen in past games. Look at that first game against Manchester City, the visit to Anfield as well. Bergwijn is absolutely crucial to defending with Sergio Aurier down there. And look, it does need to be Bergwijn, Aurier, and Sissoko, all the three of them down that right hand side who do make that defensive unit that can keep the likes of Raheem Sterling or Phil Foden out, whoever it is City do put down that left hand side. But we absolutely need Bergwijn just for his defensive abilities. Lamela was fantastic in his last couple of games, but I think the main reason he was is because he was in that 4-2-3-1 with Lucas doing all the running around him, and Lamela just being able to get on the ball and produce in that regard. But in a 4-3-3, Lamela has shown this season he's a good enough. Lucas, I think, is still living off that hat-trick in Amsterdam, and he's the last player we need on this pitch. Again, looking back at that game at Anfield against Liverpool, he came on for the last 10 minutes, and it was the only 10 minutes of that game where Sergio Aurier looked exposed. Gareth Bale is Gareth Bale, so let's not go there. I will go with Bergwijn for this one.
Yeah, not a bad shout. You've definitely convinced me, Matty. Maybe Jose's missing a trick not having you there in the scouting department. You know what I mean? In the analysis department.
Yeah.
Charlie, now would you put Moussa Sissoko in the middle with Højbjerg and Ndombele tomorrow, or would you still play Lamela in the centre attacking midfield role?
I think the form Sissoko's on is just awful, but I think you have to, because you have to have that cover for Aurier. Like, you notice in the big games when Aurier goes forward, Sissoko drops into that orthodox right back role. And for me, look, I still haven't forgiven Sissoko for the game against Chelsea where he was walking around in a London derby against our fiercest rivals, right? I'm still finding it hard to forgive him for that, but I think he does have to come in for this game because you need that extra man in midfield up against the likes of Rodri, Gundogan, whoever else they've got in there. Like, you need men, you need physicality in there. So I would bring Sissoko in for this one, but he should not be in our team when we're playing in a possession-based game. But obviously we won't be having much of the ball at all tomorrow. So Sissoko off the ball, if he has a good game, then he can be very effective. And we just got to hope that he can have a good game, because we're going to need that side of his game tomorrow. Off the ball, his energy, his work rate. I think we have to, for the long term, I think the midfield, we have to persist with the pivot of Højbjerg and Ndombele, because it makes us more fluid and it gives us more quality on the ball. But I'm just not sure if this is the game to do it. Maybe obviously play them both in there with Sissoko, just add an extra man in there for more physicality, and then hopefully we could find a way to combat the Man City midfield.
Yeah, to be honest with you, for me, I put Sissoko in there for the legs. For me, it's going to go either way. I think we're either going to start fast, or else and finish sloppy and look tired, or else we're going to start off tired. Just purely because of the extra time during midweek and stuff like that. And 100%, I put Sissoko in to help out the likes of Ndombele and Højbjerg. I really do think we need a bit of energy from him on tomorrow, and I really hope he gives it. Lily White Lane. So look, who would you play centre back? And as well, again, I ask you, like, for me, I would play Sissoko, but would you still fit Lamela in the team somehow after his last few performances?
Look, for me, Lamela has to play this game. Lamela has to be on the team sheet for this game, because I honestly think Lamela's been one of our best players. Whether we've lost or won, he's come on that pitch and he's been motivated, and he wanted to go for it. Constantly, he wants to go for the ball. He's attacking minded. And honestly, for me, these past few games, he's been motivational for the team, and he's constantly, and before I've criticised him, right, because he runs around like a headless chicken sometimes, but the past few games he's come on and he's done absolutely brilliant for me, one of our best players on the pitch. And I'm not lying when it comes, but for me, Lamela starts there. As of defence, this is going to come as a very weird one, but if, let's say I was manager, right, and I was picking the lineup, let's say Jose got sacked for whatever reason tonight, and I had to pick the team for tomorrow, right? As a defensive, I would go obviously Hugo in goal, but then as of defensive, I'd go Toby at the back. I think you need Toby. Although his form, I think Toby's an absolutely fantastic player. He commands that defence, defensively adjustable. He's so good at what he does as well. And he makes Dyer look double the player he is when them two play next to each other. So Toby starts for me. As of next to him, I think you need to give it to Joe Rodon. I think Joe Rodon, for me, he's been left out a couple games. He needs that confidence boost again, and playing him in such a big game against someone like Manchester City would be huge for him. As a right back, now, this is a weird one, but if I was managing the team, I'd go with Tanganga. And honestly, I think Tanganga would be the right man for this game. We all know that Tanganga, whenever we play him against massive clubs, he can do well. And I think he's one of those players who has also kind of been forgotten about, kind of been left out. Joe Rodon, people have been talking about the new defence. What happened to Japhet Tanganga in the middle of last season with that performance against Liverpool? People were saying he's the future of Tottenham Hotspur. And I think Serge Aurier, he's a great player. Serge Aurier is a really, really good player. But let's be honest here, we could have someone a lot better than him. If our board invested another 5 to 10 million, we could have someone a lot better than him and could have got someone a lot better than Serge Aurier. But for me, when it comes to Aurier, I think he gives away way too many fouls. But Tanganga for me, and as of left back, also I forgot to mention Doherty. I don't really need to mention him. But as of left back, you've only really got one option, honestly, unless you want to play Dennis Sirkin, which I doubt.
Yeah, no, don't get me Sirkin. I'm done with Ben. I'm done with Mr. Anonymous, honestly.
I agree. I'm done with Davies. Up against Mahrez, Sterling, Foden. We're in for a disaster. Genuinely, I'll put Tanganga left back because Tanganga played there against City last year, when we beat them 2-0 on Bergwijn's debut. He played very well there, Tanganga. He kept Mahrez relatively quiet. He played well. He played well in that game. So I think you just got to take. I'm absolutely sick of Ben Davies playing for Spurs. I'm absolutely done for. Right, we're missing Reguilon so much.
Let's not mention his name. His name is Mr. Anonymous. He's gone back to that again.
No, literally, the good news is Reguilon looks like he could be back for the Europa League game on Thursday. But we need anyone but Davies. Anyone. Seriously, he's not. He's slow. He can't go forward. He can't defend. What does he offer as a fullback? I don't see what he offers. And I'll put Sirkin in there. I would. I've heard a lot about him from you in particular, David. I've seen him a bit in pre-season as well. Could it really be any worse than Davies? That's what I tell people. Could it really be any worse? Let's be completely honest there.
Sirkin's first name is Dennis. He's going to be the new Dennis the Menace. He's going to make life absolutely hard for City if he plays.
I can't wait till Sirkin gets in the team and things go wrong and you'll be calling him Dennis Circus. We all know it's going to happen, David.
No. For me, I'm absolutely done with Ben Davies. I would rather give Dennis Sirkin a go. Surely he cannot do worse. Let's be honest, right? Matty, we're Irish fans. Seamus Coleman hasn't been good for Ireland. Do you know what I mean? And he absolutely done Davies, and he outpaced him as well. Seamus Coleman has not been the same player since he's broken leg.
Yeah, I haven't seen Seamus Coleman outrun someone since 2014. It's really, really troubling that he could do that to Ben Davies. But what I will say about young players starting in a game like this, I really, really do think that when young players get in your team, they need to be in a team that are playing well. And Tanganga against Liverpool, against Man City, essentially were in a team that were playing well. So if things do start to go wrong, I think it's those young players that will be exploited more than the rest. If it is Joe Rodon at centre back or Tanganga or Dennis Sirkin in full back position, so I think it could be a huge risk to put those players in there, and that's why we're not seeing Alfie Devine and Dane Scarlett in around that first team as perhaps as much as we would like.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I fully agree with what you're saying. 100%, it completely makes sense. But for me, I am so fed up with these mistakes. I would rather, first of all,
I just want to see a different name. You know what I mean?
First of all, we have Celery Agent here, and David, you were freaking awesome on Chris Cowlin's show. You were really on point with what you had to say. Impressive. And we have Holly as well. He smashed on Chris Cowlin's show and the Football Terrace, personal fave. Well, so that gets me onto my point. So for me, I would play Tanganga centre back. I would bring him in, put him in beside Toby Alderweireld. For me, even down to his injury problems, everything screams Ledley King about this guy. He made his debut against Liverpool just like Ledley King did as well. So for me, I would put him in there and try and nurture him now instead of bringing me back that clown Sanchez, that moon boot Steyer. I'm fed up. I am absolutely fed up with them. And if you want to check me out at probably my best and you want to hear my absolute genius expose on why Tanganga should be playing centre-back, get over to Chris Cowland's channel, check it out. And also the Harris Army, do your job like you always do and get in the comments, big me up so that I can get on again and keep speaking facts about the board and everything else happening at Tottenham. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want now. We just want the truth. We're fed up with being lied to. But look, back to the game. Look, they have Kyle Walker right back. A nice pack of Walker's crisps. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully we can beat them. Hopefully we can get down his side. But Matty, where do you think we can expose City and get at them?
If they forget about the game, I think we might grab a goal or two. But aside from that, look, Ruben Diaz starting will be a big concern for us. You know, we really got at him in that first game earlier in the season. I think he was still kind of acclimatizing to life in the Premier League, and we targeted him. We got Kane on him. Kane then dropping deep, which drew Ruben Diaz out from the back. And it was that game where Son was actually out on the right hand side, and him making those late runs in, exploiting that space left by Zinchenko, and making that run in behind Ruben Diaz caused a lot of trouble for Manchester City. But they're a team that now are a lot more astute defensively. Playing against Liverpool last week, Roberto Firmino, a very similar style of play to Harry Kane. He was getting on Ruben Diaz and he was trying to drag him out, but City dealt with that very, very intelligently, where Diaz made sure every single time to hold his ground, and the holding midfielder dropped and picked up Roberto Firmino. So that tactic will be a struggle for us, because City have now played against that, and they've shown they do know how to deal with that. But I suppose our only hope in that regard is that Harry Kane is, of course, a much better footballer than Roberto Firmino, so maybe he can get on that ball a bit more and put that ball in behind. But you know, as I was speaking about with Zinchenko being up in that double pivot with Rodri, it will have to be Bergwijn on the right hand side. So I think we're going to find it hard now to exploit that space left by Steven Bergwijn or left by Alexander Zinchenko, which will absolutely suit Manchester City. If it's Kyle Walker or Joao Cancelo out in the other side of things, they're very pacey players who both can probably keep up to pace with Son in a foot race. So look, it's going to be difficult, but at the end of the day, no matter who we're playing, our main threat is Kane dropping deep and pinging that ball to Son, and Dembele, if he can get on the ball a bit higher up the pitch as well, maybe free up Harry Kane a bit more so Kane can occupy one of those centre backs while Son makes his run. I think could be our biggest hope in this one. I saw a stat a while ago, you know, who the most prominent receiver for any team was in terms of, like, you know, picking up those balls high up the pitch, and it is Heung-min Son for us. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but if we're going to get at Man City, if we're going to get absolutely anything out of this game, Son needs to be at his brilliant best.
100% for me. Look, Son absolutely loves a goal. He loves a goal against City. And the goals I tend to see him score against City, it's all quick breakaway plays, breakout plays. Son has that space to run into, and the ball's put in for him. And I agree with you. I hope we see Sonny at his absolute clinical best. Because let's face it, lads, we have to be more clinical. The amount of chances we had to put that Everton game to bed before they even got back into it, and we didn't take it. And again, that's the result of it. Still losing, still getting smacked. And for me, we're going to get very few chances tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Especially if our defence do hold out, which I don't really hold much hope that they will, to be honest with you. So we're going to get a couple of chances, and we are literally going to have to take them. It's as simple as that. We can't afford to be sitting here saying Ederson had an amazing game, this keeper had an amazing game. We have to take them, and that's it. So Charlie, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you there for a second, David, but I want to reiterate the stat. In our last 3 games against Manchester City, we've had 7 shots and scored 6 goals. So we need to be clinical.
Sucker punch.
See, Matty Hayes getting you hyped for the game tomorrow with that stat. Brilliant stat. Matty is joining the Harris Army and getting everyone pumped for this game. Charlie,
try my best.
Do you think that we should go and play this, you know, attacking football that all these Josie outers want to see, even though it's clear to see we're going to get slapped? Or do you think we should play defensive football against City? Because I can guarantee you, them Josie out people will want us to play defensive football tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Because they just, for me, I go exactly the way we played against them when we bet them back in November 2-0. I play the exact same way. Park the bus. You know, bring in extra buses if you have to. Park them and then just be clinical on the counter. But what way would you approach it?
The same way as you just said, and the same way as we play in November. I think we have to. I think it would be stupid. Like Jose, he's not stupid. He's not going to go toe-to-toe with City. There's no way. Like, if anyone goes toe-to-toe with City, they're getting smacked, right? We will not do that tomorrow. I'm so certain of that we will not do that tomorrow. Jose is not stupid, right? We're going to go pragmatic, and it's the only way to go against City. We have to. One, because, as I said, if you go toe-to-toe with City, you're going to get smacked. And we will sit back, we'll try and soak it up. And as I said, if we take the lead, then I really think there is possibilities for us in this game. However, if we go a goal down, as I said, it will force us to come out, commit players forward, and then we'll just get absolutely destroyed on the counter. So, look, we have to go with the pragmatic approach. But I saw Matt; he was hesitating there. Is there anything you wanted to add there, Matt?
No, just you said Jose isn't stupid, and I'm maybe.
Yeah.
Well, picking Eric Dyer every week is the thing that I'd say.
Yeah.
But look, Lily-White Lane. Honestly, if we don't score first tomorrow and we don't score early, do you think we have a chance?
No, we really don't. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if we have a chance as I'm speaking right now, but if we concede first, it's just every single game where we concede first, we crumble because it ruins our philosophy. And I feel that's the way we lined up against Everton, to go at them, honestly, because we knew that if we sit back, this defence simply isn't good enough and we're going to concede a goal. But I honestly don't know what way we play. We play expansive football, right? People are going to get annoyed. They're going to say, stop leaving so much space in behind, right? If we play defence...
Oh.
We've lost him.
He'll come back there in a sec, so he will. So we'll move on to you, Matty. For me, look, I hate Sterling. I genuinely do. You know what I mean? I hear some City fans calling him Sterling Silver. I wouldn't even give him that grace, to be honest with you. He's just always going to be Sterling. But Matty, apart from Sterling, what other, for me, I don't think we really need to look out for Gabriel Jesus. I think it's more like Phil Foden, players like that. But what key battles are you looking out for tomorrow?
First of all, there's a comment here from Inspector E saying if it wasn't for the influence of David the Goat Harris, Matt would be Jose out, wouldn't he? I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't. I make my own opinions. As much as David is probably more intelligent than me when it comes to football, I do make my own opinions. But I'm terrified of Phil Foden tomorrow. And look, I know, David, you can back me up on this. I've been saying it for ages that outside of Tottenham Hotspur, Phil Foden is my favourite footballer, and that is beyond any doubt. The technical ability, the footballing intelligence that lad has is absolutely insane. I think I'm doing well in my life, and I remember I'm the same age as him, and I realise, maybe I need to buck up my bit. But he'll probably be out in that right hand side up against Ben Davis. And 5 days ago, Ben Davis couldn't deal with Robert Snodgrass. So imagine what it's going to be like when it's Phil Foden. Jesus. That's a massive, massive concern for me. David's gone. Riyad Mahrez could be out there as well. Raheem Sterling against whoever it is in the middle, I think, could be a big problem as well. In the middle of the park, as I said, that Rodri-Zinchenko kind of double pivot, trying to keep Harry Kane at bay, or even if Ndombele is trying to go. It's every single player on the pitch is a huge battle for us, because 99% of those positions, City are better than us, and that's our biggest concern. Aside from, of course, Harry Kane, maybe Højbjerg in the middle as well.
So 100%. Charlie? Oh, you're all right, anyway. Do you want to continue on what you were saying?
Yeah, I'll just say it quickly. So what... Did you hear what I was saying about attacking football and defensive, or did I cut off beforehand?
You may as well just start again. You cut it off fairly quickly into it.
Yeah, sorry about that, lad. So
No, you're grand. That happens.
Basically, we need to sit back against City, and this shows how out brigade. Everyone who shows that out is praying that we sit back against City, because they love it when we sit back and concede and lose the games. They love it because they want Jose out. But the issue is, if we want to attack, we're going to get absolutely slapped about 6 or 7-0, because City are a team who definitely capitalise. If you play expansive football against a team such as City, you are going to lose. It's simple. Every team knows it. If you sit back, you stand a better chance, and maybe you'll lose by only 1 or 2 goals. But the issue is, when you play against a side like City, right? I have no clue, and I mean no clue, how Jose Mourinho lines up in this game. If we play defensive football, right, our defence is not good enough to hold on to a lead. Our defence is not good enough to hold on. It's simple. Yet if we play expansive football, we're going to concede loads of goals. So for me, it's more like, do you want to concede 2 goals or do you want to concede 7 goals? And playing defensive football with a side like this, as much as I don't enjoy watching defensive football, but I will happily sacrifice watching it for a trophy. I'll happily sacrifice watching it for a winning team. I'd happily sacrifice watching entertainment if we can actually win something. And the issue is with this team, we're not getting anywhere. I don't see us going in any positive direction, if anything downhill, until this board actually invests. And that's why the big news today, or whether it was yesterday or today, I'm not 100% sure, the big news about the Miami Dolphins geezer coming in, absolutely brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, because it means more investment in the summer transfer window. And that's the main issue. That should not be our main priority. And these Jose hours fail to see the bigger picture, that it's not Jose Mourinho, it's the board. Because Jose Mourinho's in a position right now. What more can he actually do? What more can he get out of the squad that he has, who are heavily reliant on 4 or 5 players, honestly? Some would even say we're a one-man team, but I say we've got some good players. But apart from those 5 or 4, they're all not good enough. They're good enough for a side such as, Wycombe Wanderers, and everyone's saying, he had a great game against Wycombe Wanderers. For example, Harry Winks, great game against Wycombe Wanderers. Why don't he go and play in the Championship then? Because now he's found his level, hasn't he?
That's his level.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What I will say is there's about 10 minutes left in this stream. So everyone, make sure you get your questions in for our esteemed panel here, and I'll put them to them, and I'll let them answer them. So make sure you get your questions in the comments. Also, we do have the super chat available now on the channel. So if you want to help me rise and help take this Irish Hotspur to the top of the game with pure facts and truth bombs, make sure you get in the super chats as well.
Can I just say something? I just want to say something on that. For those, please support David Harris with those super chats. People have been kind enough to give me some of my watch alongs lately, and it honestly makes a huge difference. And it helps us put out better content in terms of the equipment and stuff we can invest in. And David Harris deserves it more than any YouTuber out there. So please support David and get those super chats in. He fully deserves it.
Thank you very much, Matt. True, Grant. Brilliant. Thank you. But look, so I'm going to go around and ask for a couple of score predictions. So we'll start with you, Charlie, and work our way around.
So my head and heart are saying two different things. My head is saying that if we concede the first goal, we're getting battered. And I hate to say that. It pains me to say it, because unfortunately, the way we've been defending and the run that City are on, I can only see a City win. So I'm going 3-1 City, unfortunately, and that pains me to say that. I barely ever predict a loss. David will know that for sure. So it's painful, but I have to go 3-1 City. However, with my heart, with my Spurs hat on, I'll give it extremely optimistic 1-1. Extremely optimistic.
Yeah, no, I'll take a draw. I definitely couldn't let you finish
100%.
with giving me a loss for Tottenham. I just can't do it, no matter how true it might be. Let's be a little bit delusional for this one. Lily White Lane, what's your score prediction?
Look, it's a very tough game, but honestly, I'll be positive here, and I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham. It's the only way. I know it. My dad's always positive. I'll stick to being positive. And until I can't be positive, I'll be positive. And I'm struggling right now, but I'm hanging on. And Manchester City must be looking at this game as, they might as well get themselves down to the shit. They might as well get themselves down to the chip shop tomorrow night. Can't get my words out. Put your teeth in. They might as well get themselves down to the chip shop tomorrow night and say, can I have Tottenham and chips, please? Because we're an easy 3 points for them. But me being optimistic, me being positive, I think we can win this game and get all 3 points. Honestly, I'm not even joking. We play the right lineup. We play the right style of football. And you imagine if we win this game, it doesn't make everything over the past few weeks all good again. But it massively improves the confidence of this team. So I'm going for a 2-0 Tottenham win.
Good man. Matty.
Now, I hate to follow this positivity with my realistic prediction, but I want to say on the point that Charlie made, if City score first, they batter us. If we score first, they batter us, is how I see this one. Because, if they score first, we have to go out and play football. They'll catch us. If we score first, we'll sit back and defend. And, well, I think we know what happens then. So I'm struggling to have any bit of optimism. And look, I know the three of you can know for a fact that I'm one of the most optimistic fans out there. But I can't do it. I can't lie to you guys. I just can't. I can see a 3-0 Man City.
Oh, can you give us a score draw prediction?
No, I'm not. I don't want to lie to you guys. It pains me to say it, and
there's no predictions today.
Right. Well, I tell you what, lads. I'm going to go with 2-1 victory. No, I do believe that we tend to get the better of City over the last few years. We're becoming a nice bogey team for them. And hopefully
That's
we
the
can
only
do them
hope
the
I've
way I
got.
like my sausages, which is battered. So that would be absolutely lovely if we could. Look, I just want to give Pep a wedgie, nuggy him again, give him a little preview of what he's expecting in the Carabao Cup final. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully, while we're there, we can celebrate just preempting how it feels to lift that League Cup final. Because let's face it, this is the warm up to that League Cup final, and I really want to do these fuckers. I absolutely hate them. Their stadium is shit. Their colour jersey is shit. Okay, the manager's good. Some of the players are good, but you know what? They're bought with oil. They're going to buy this league title with oil money, and I don't want it. I'm sick of it. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We try to do things the right way. So let's show City no respect tomorrow. Let's go there and absolutely do them. I can't wait. Let's go, lads. But look, I'm going to give this question to Matty. Someone in Matty's chat was saying Lloris has to be replaced immediately. What are your thoughts?
I think he needs to be replaced, but not immediately, because there are other places in that team that need to be improved first and foremost. I think we need a centre back. We probably need another midfielder, and we need a right winger before we get a goalkeeper. And look, we've been in this situation before, where Lloris has been in a very bad run of form, and people have said that we need to get him out of there as quickly as possible. We need to get other players in there. But then he came back and was almost flawless for a year. So look, Lloris will be back. Keepers' careers are a lot longer than outfield players, and there's a lot more pressing issues in that squad right now. And big up Dave Hamilton.
Yeah, big up Dave Hamilton with the second super chat of the day. Thank you so much. Honestly, it means so much for me. You know what I mean? These super chats, like Matty was explaining, it allows us to bring better content. You know what I mean? By paying for better subscriptions to better things to help make this content good for you. And Dave, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you. Don't know how much these means to me. And same as THSE Gaming earlier on. But it's Dave Hamilton with the absolute big one, the big smacker, the whopper, £10. Thank you so much. Great content, lads. Lily White Lane, wise beyond your young age. Hopefully we'll take some points from tomorrow's game. Lads, I think every one of us echoed that sentiment on this channel here about Lily White Lane. He's absolutely brilliant. He's a lad we all enjoy listening to. Matty, he's a big hit on your channel, isn't he?
Absolutely, he is. I always say to him, whenever he's talking, like Lily White often calls into the pre-game member shows, and the whole way through, like I'm looking at the comments. There's a comment saying how good Lily White Lane is. A question, another comment saying how good he is. And look, Lily White, absolute credit to you. We really do mean it when you say this. He speaks so intelligently about Spurs.
100%. 100%.
Really do appreciate it. And as I say, honestly, you guys kind of inspired me to make my own YouTube channel. I'm just so thankful to be on here today, honestly, and keep on coming on the shows, mate. And as I say, I'm just so appreciative of everyone who does support me and everyone who supports all of us. It's absolutely fantastic. Keep doing it. I don't know how you all do it, flicking between everyone's channels, and it's absolutely fantastic. So you lot are absolutely brilliant.
100%. And quickly, just to add to that, because the questions are flying here, so I want to fly through some of them as well. Look, none of us could sit here. I speak for Charlie, I speak for Lily White Lane, I speak for Matty and myself, that we couldn't sit here without you guys that tune in every video, you guys that get your comments in, you interact with us, you get your comments in the comment section, you smash the like button, you subscribe. We couldn't do it without you. So I do want you to know you are a major part in all of our channels. Let's not forget that. We have Lappers82 now. I was actually sent a link to an article there not so long ago that I actually want to read up on. But do any know anything about this? And if you do, please feel free to take this question. What do you guys think of Spurs being 1.17 billion in debt?
No clue.
I know nothing about it, but it's pretty scary. That's a worrying number. I won't lie.
Well, it's for the stadium that's cost us $1 billion, and it's going to be paid in instalments.
Well, the NFL paid for most of that stadium, so I think Spurs only spent £200 million on that. The other 800 was the NFL. So at the end of the day, it is an NFL stadium. So I don't think we have any debt from the stadium.
Okay. Yeah. Well, 100%. Look, all I can say to you, Lappers82, is that I will read the article. I haven't got around to it yet, but I will read it. And I give you my thoughts on whether I think it's true or not. So anyone else can jump in on this one. If you know who is the ref for tomorrow's game from Celery Agent.
It is Paul Tierney.
Good news is it won't be Mike Dean, thank God.
Not for the right reason.
100%. I don't get Jose's decision loaning out Parrott yet. He plays Scarlett, who's only 16. Then he hasn't used Vinicius enough either.
Can I just comment on
yeah, of course you can. Take it away.
Right, so what I'll say about Troy Parrott, right? Troy Parrott, for me, right? While all these other youngsters were giving it their all and training hard and doing everything they possibly can to get a start, he went on holiday and he didn't join in a lot of those training sessions. So we loaned him out, and he did all right in Millwall. But then loan him out again, I honestly don't see the point in it. Troy Parrott, for me, he's a really, really good player. I like Troy Parrott, right? Don't get me wrong. But the likes of Dane Scott, it's obvious to see the guy's 16 years of age and he's a future superstar. 16 years of age and coming on and performing and playing well at Tottenham Hotspur. Alfie Devine, on his debut, he's 16 years of age, a couple of years older than me, and he's scoring on his debut for Tottenham Hotspur. I couldn't care less whether it's against Marine or Manchester City or who the hell it is against. He scored on his debut and a fantastic goal. Now, that's a memory you're going to hold on to for the rest of your life. Hence the fact it was on BBC as well. All these people watching you scoring on live television. And for 16 years of age, that guy's a future talent. He's a future superstar. And, about the age thing, I completely agree with what Zlatan said. Age is simply just a number. Now, that all depends with certain players, but age is a number. You can have 16-year-old players who are good. You can have 20-year-old players who are good, 25-year-old players. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 39, nearly turning 40. Yeah, he's absolutely ripping up the Italian league and one of the best players in there. I think he's top scorer right now and basically taking AC Milan to the top of the league out of absolutely nowhere. So I look at it from a standpoint as Vinicius, though, right? He wasn't Jose's first choice. I think Jose wanted Diego Costa or someone else. He got Vinicius.
Yeah.
You deal with what you got. But it's paying off now that the 7 players that we bought last summer, and I heard Marcelo say it, and he's absolutely spot on. Only 2 of them Jose Mourinho actually wanted. Only 2 of them were top of Jose's list, and those were Højbjerg and Reguilon. And we really wanted Skriniar as well, but obviously Steve Hitch, and he doesn't like a transfer window, although he's a scout. He goes out
bottled it in Milan. Went all the way to Milan to bottle it, Steve Hitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So thanks very much for taking that one, Lily White Lane. So Kev Williams here. Hi, David. If we can go at them like we did for the first 20 minutes against Everton, we can win this game. But we all know we'll be defend, counter. Look, Kev, all I'd say to you is I have no problem playing that way tomorrow. Honestly, the last thing we want is our club to be embarrassed. That's the last thing any single one of us want. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't care what people say. I'll take that defending all day long. THFC game and David is the Prem prediction show coming out for this weekend. What I will say to you is yes. Look, me and Charlie are still yet to do it because look, it was my dad's birthday and that today, so I've been a bit busy. But me and Charlie will get it recorded and get it out for you in time for the early kickoff tomorrow, I'm sure. If Charlie agrees to it, I'm asking you live here.
Yeah. We can do it tonight if you want. I don't mind after this.
Yeah, no problem at all. So we have D-Trex Kane here with $13.99. I think that might be Canadian dollars, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, D-Trex Kane. Big yourself up. It really means a lot. Keep up the good work, guys. I wish you guys only but success and happiness during the hard times. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm sure every single one of us can agree here. We hope every single person that views in is keeping well. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that you're all enjoying yourselves, having a good time. I know the results are hard lately, but look, life still goes on. Outside of football, life still goes on. And me personally, my message box is always open. If anyone ever needs a chat or is feeling down or anything like that, don't be afraid to hit me up. But honestly, D-Trex Kane, can't tell you how much that means to me. Thank you so much. Look, lads, I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there. So, look, Charlie, you want to plug your channel and tell us what's coming up?
Yeah, so of course, Charlie THFC. If you haven't already, if you wish to, head over to my channel for similar content to what's on this one. To be fair, debates, everything. I have David on a lot of the time. I have Matt on as well sometimes. So if you want to go and check it out, feel free. We do fiery debates, match reviews, and everything Spurs related. So yeah, feel free to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So yeah, that's my channel for you.
Yeah. Guys, all I can say is make sure you get over there and hit that subscribe, hit that like. He puts out great content to me. I think all these guys here put out better content to me. So you should be getting over to all their channels and smashing the like and the subscribe. Lily White Lane, do you want to give yourself a plug?
Yes, so I've got a channel on YouTube, Lily White Lane, all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, previews, reviews, the whole shebang, basically. So you'd be doing me a massive favour if you could go over there and drop a sub on the channel. And as I say, thank you all so much. Keep supporting me, keep supporting David, keep supporting Matty, keep supporting Charlie. You know, you guys are the reason we do this. You guys keep on supporting us. And as David said earlier in the stream, thank you all so much for tuning into this as well. And yeah, as I say, thanks for all the support.
Big up. And again, guys, all I can say is this kid is going to be the future. When I'm sitting here with grey hairs and I'm past it, this guy is your future. So make sure you help him out and let's get him to 1K. Let's push it for him. Come on, guys. The Harris Army, if anyone can do it. And Matty, last but least, plug your channel. Tell us what's coming up. And make sure you remind them again, because we have better viewers now than what we did earlier on about the watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, well, first of all, that guy, no, that's out of my side. Get him to 1K, absolutely fully deserves it. You know, he gets a lot of love on when he's on other people's channel. Let's go and share that love on his channel as well. Smash that subscribe button for him. And as well, as Kev here says, get David to 5K. But for my own channel, we got a watch along for Manchester City tomorrow. I'll be joining a little bit late, but you'll be in the capable hands of our wonderful host tonight, David Harris, who'll be joined by Lily White Lane as well earlier on in the game, and Arian as well will be joining him for that one. The best watch-alongs on YouTube. I'm confident enough to say it right now, so make sure to head over to my channel and subscribe. If you do want that, we've also got the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk when that's relevant, match previews, reviews, any content you could want from a Spurs channel, but subscribe to this channel first.
Thank you very much. We have Kev Williams here before I get on to what I was going to say. Get this man to 5K. David, your channel is class. Kev, thanks very much. I really do appreciate the super chat. You're another guy. You're always in the comments. You've always been there interacting with me. Again, I can't stress how much these super chats mean to me. Thank you so much. And all I try to do is just bring you the best content. But lads, one thing I want to ask the Harris Army to do as well, is get over to the Matty Hayes watch along tomorrow. Get in the comments. I'm going to be hosting. I'm going to be nervous. But with you guys in the comments, you can keep interacting with me and we can absolutely smash it while Matty's out there making the dollars. But most importantly, the love you showed me with super chats tonight. Let's get over there and get Matty some tomorrow as well. Let's stop Matty doing this 9 to 5 graft and let's get his channel going full time. That's what I want to see. But look, as well, coming up, actually, we have the Premier League prediction show tomorrow. About maybe 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow. I probably will go live on my channel for an hour just to bring, basically talk shite and get everyone pumped up for the game. Of course, then I'll be hosting on the Matty Hayes watch along. I'll have Tell Me Your Spurs story coming out again on Monday, and I'll be doing a City review on Sunday. So make sure you tune in for them. And as well, like I said before, get over to Chris Cowlin's channel. Get in the comment section below. Let him know that basically the Harris Army and the Irish Hotspur, we all come as a big group. So get in the comments and beat me up. Also, get over to the Football Terrace. Make sure you have a listen to that, where I took on 5 panelists who were Jose out. And in my opinion, I absolutely destroyed every single one of them. So make sure you get over there. Get your comments in below. And also, make sure you put my name in there so I can sit there and do the same again the very next time. Big up, everybody. Make sure you get over there and show these boys the love that they've showed me. In Jose we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. In Jose we trust.